Hello, Artful Manifestors. Thank you for joining me. This is a timeless pick a card tarot reading. Whenever you come across this reading is when you're meant to hear it. And to choose your reading, you're going to choose from one of the three cards I'm about to reveal and or one of the crystals I'm going to introduce. I always set my intentions to deliver a message for your highest and best good. All right, let's see what we have. For reading number one, this is the image. And for reading number two, this is the image. And for reading number three, this is the image. If you'd like to know what the crystals are, let me introduce those to you now. For reading number one, we have blue Aventurine, and for reading number two, rainbow Moonstone, and for reading number three, Serpentine. Whatever your intuition guides you to is most likely the reading meant for you. Of course, you're always welcome to listen to more than one reading, even all three of the readings, if that's what you feel drawn to. There might be messages for you in each reading. You'll find a link to all the readings in the description box below, as well as a list of all the cards that I use. If I happen to have a link where you can find those cards, I include that as well. Enjoy your reading. Hello, reading number one. You chose the blue Aventurine, which activates the third eye and throat chakra, aiding in spiritual perception and communication with higher realms. It strengthens your intuitive sight, making it easier to receive messages through dreams, synchronicities, and subtle impressions. It supports calm, honest, and empowered expression. If you've been afraid to speak your truth or share your insights, blue Aventurine lends you the confidence to do this with grace and clarity. And it brings emotional calm. It helps you navigate anxiety, overthinking, or emotional overwhelm, especially when emotions cloud your intuition. It harmonizes logic and intuition, allowing you to discern with wisdom. And blue Aventurine supports inner discipline, consistency. It gives you the discipline to maintain a daily practice. Like if you want to meditate every day or perform rituals or have some creative practice that you wanted to be devoted to, blue Aventurine can help you follow through without force, so it doesn't feel like a chore or a burden. And it helps clear outdated karmic patterns held in the throat and third eye areas, especially unspoken truths, silenced wisdoms, or fear of intuitive power. It's like it's saying you are safe to speak, safe to see, and safe to know. And look at how the colors match. I love that. Here we have roots, and it says healthy patterns, early growth. And I feel with this blue Aventurine that it's both. You're healing old patterns, releasing old patterns, and creating new patterns, new behaviors, new beliefs. Let's get some more information from the tarot cards. All right, let's find out where all of this is leading you, what these outdated patterns are that you're clearing, what healthy patterns you're developing, and where is it leading you? What is reading number 1 clearing away? All right, we have the Star. The Two of Swords. All right, I meant to get 1 card, but 2 came out. The Lovers and the 7 of Coins. All right, what you're clearing away is the distortion around hope itself. The star is often a symbol of hope and guidance. In this case, it's telling us that you're clearing away any misplaced hope in external situations, validations, the idea of being rescued, future fantasies that delay your embodiment now. And you may not even be conscious of it because it's something that maybe was developed at such an early age. You're going to begin to notice in relationships when there's a little bit of disappointment or conflict, friction, and you realize that you have this expectation of the other person doing something or saying something to comfort you or help you. It doesn't have to be a huge rescue, but it is that energy. And, you know, it may have also shown up for you as speaking softly so that you don't stand out, withholding your truest desires in case they're too much, wishing for a future when your gifts feel safe to be seen instead of claiming your voice now. And that's the throat chakra and your expression that may be a survival technique skill, a survival skill that you were depending on in the past that now it's opening up. I see your throat chakra opening up. And in the third eye, the pattern may be, this over idealizing, or it's like the third eye being so open, but also distorted, so that there's these kind of like these daydreams, right? It may be too much to where you're not anchoring it into the 3D, into the physical, or doubting your intuitive clarity when it doesn't match the outer world's logic. So again, there's too much of this external validation, too much emphasis on the external proof from others. So doubting your intuitive clarity when it doesn't match what you're seeing on the outside, or logic, what your community or culture or society or science says is logical, and projecting your worth into an imagined future rather than anchoring it into the present. So it's okay to tap into that future, imagine that future that you want, right? That you hope for, as long as you follow it with some physical act to anchor it into the 3D. And this clearing of patterns is like rinsing stardust from old dreams that were beautiful, but not fully yours. Wow. Okay. And the Two of Swords is you cultivating your inner stillness as a sacred form of discernment. You're beginning to discern. You're no longer rushing to choose. You're not rushing to fix. You're not rushing to explain. Excuse me. You're allowing silence to speak first. In the throat, this shows up as letting pauses be powerful. So not feeling pressured to answer right away, and letting your pause be a sign of power instead of doubt. Speaking only what aligns with your inner truth, not out of pressure or performance, not speaking what you think the other person wants to say, or not speaking because you don't want to look like you don't know what to say, but just speaking what aligns with your inner truth. And in the third eye, this is trusting the unseen layers beneath the duality of our world. Developing clarity, not by seeking more answers, but by sitting at the crossroads of knowing and unknowing. Going within for the answers. And this is a pattern of sacred neutrality, of choosing alignment over urgency. And this is all leading to the Lovers and the Seven of Coins. You're becoming a fully integrated being who chooses from love, not fear. The Lovers shows, excuse me, that you're aligning your inner masculine energy. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. We all have masculine and feminine, but in this case, the masculine is the action, it's logic, with the feminine, intuition and receptivity. So you're aligning both so that your choices are no longer divided, and your voice will become a sacred marriage between the head and the heart, the seen and the unseen. And the Seven of Coins confirms that this path is leading you to sustainable, rooted transformation. You're not just shifting energetically, you're investing in new soil. They're showing me these roots going deeper, finding what they need, tending to the long harvest of your soul's worth. This is soul-aligned expression, sacred partnerships with yourself, with spirit, and others. But it starts with yourself and spirit. And a long, nourishing path of purpose unfolding in divine timing. Wow, so beautiful. Reading number 1. Please let me know if this resonates. I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, reading number 2. You chose the Rainbow Moonstone and the bee, which is really interesting because bees are very much associated with the sun, and in fact, at night they go to sleep. But bees are also associated with feminine, sisterhood, community, and the moon is feminine, lunar energy. Again, this doesn't matter if you're man or woman. We all have masculine and feminine energy. And the Rainbow Moonstone aligns with the energy of inner knowing. That's that feminine intuition, and we all have it. The sacred lunar light within. Rainbow Moonstone helps enhance psychic perception, especially during moon phases, dream states, liminal spaces. It encourages trust in intuitive nudges. It heightens clairvoyance, clairsentient, all the clairs, all the empathic gifts, and amplifies your ability to remember your dreams, your prophetic insight. You know, the moon influences the tides, and Rainbow Moonstone regulates emotional currents and clears stagnant energy from the auric field. It balances those emotional highs and lows. So if you experience, big upswings and downs, maybe some Rainbow Moonstone will help. It encourages the release of buried grief or inherited emotional patterns and helps dissolve energetic codes or entanglements from past relationships. It's deeply connected to cycles. This stone brings alignment with natural rhythms, especially that feminine energy. It supports fertility. It supports the changes of life. And women do seem to have more dramatic changes because our bodies were built to give birth, but men also go through changes in life. And so Moonstone can soften the experience of those changes, making the transition smoother. It enhances your sacral creativity and helps you to recognize your own seasons in life rather than judging them, your own cycles, your own natural rhythms, so that you honor them instead of judging them. And the bee is all about community, cooperation, and of course, sweetness with honey. So what they're showing me is actually cooperation of your inner self, cooperation with your inner voices, giving presence to the aspects of yourself that are aligned with your highest and best good. We'll see. I think that will lead to ultimately more community partnerships and cooperation in other areas of your life. All right, reading number 2. How are you harmonizing your life, your natural rhythms, your seasons? And what is this leading you to? All right, Temperance. Moderation and balance. The Fool. And the 9 of Coins. I love these cards for you. All right, when you look at this Temperance card, you see all of these arms. And it's like trying to do everything at once. You're no longer rushing or forcing. Instead, you're learning the alchemy of flow. So this Temperance card is showing you what you're going to be experiencing is, listening to your body's seasons, honoring when you need to rest, when you need to bloom, when you need to compost. And we see 1 foot dipped in the water. It's that balance, blending spirit energy with earth energy, ceremony and simplicity. We see some beads, musical instruments, a bow, an arrow, a lotus. Allowing your time to be creative, playing music, listening to music, or playing an instrument, dancing. Finding time to let your spirit dance and flow with that energy, just little moments throughout the day. Maybe you just do a few little dance moves, when you go from your room to the kitchen, just skipping along the way. It doesn't have to be big things. And maybe you're connecting more to flower essences and learning about that and just taking a couple of drops of a new flower essence, or recognizing the sacredness in your meal that you're already eating. So It's bringing sacredness into just every aspect of your life, as opposed to looking at each thing as having to be separate and feeling overwhelmed, like you don't have enough time to do all the things that you want to do, and trusting divine timing rather than feeling the pressure from the external world. You're not trying to keep up, you're allowing your own inner rhythms to guide you, your own tide flow to guide you. And this is creating a gentle homecoming within your nervous system and spirit. You're becoming this sacred vessel, mixing light and dark, fire and water in the right measure for you. And you're, with the full here, this is stepping forward with this childlike trust, showing up real, even when you're unsure of how you'll be received. The full reminds us that true belonging begins with the courage to be authentic, that courageous authenticity. You're saying yes to new spaces, new situations, new circles where masks fall away. You're letting yourself be seen as you are without needing to know the outcome. And you're inviting others to co-create rather than control on either side. You're not allowing yourself to be controlled, and you're not trying to control the situation, the outcome, by directing others. It's inviting others to play and inviting yourself to play. Just like we see these little fish jumping out of the water to play with the mermaid. It's a type of vulnerability, but it's your magic. It's this raw, real you, and it's magical. And I see people being drawn to you with it. And it starts with this inner cooperation. You're beginning to notice others feel safe to open up around you because you're walking in with your heart in your hands. I see a sureness in your step. You're not waiting to be accepted. You're showing others how it's done by being the invitation, and they are very receptive. And this is all leading to experiencing more sweetness in life. The sweetness is not a reward, it's just a natural byproduct of living in harmony with your own essence, just as the bees' honey. It's just part of their life. And it's a huge part of their life. So you can, and the Nine of Cups is wishes fulfilled. Oh, sorry, Nine of Coins. But I'm seeing it as the Nine of Cups, like wishes fulfilled. But Nine of Coins is this tangible experience. It's, again, the beauty in ritual, something about tending your space, your food, your body, your creations with sacred care, not with perfectionism, but finding the sacred experience in the simplicity of the act itself, so that everything feels magical, everything feels sacred, just like a bee. Imagine a bee's life, every aspect of their life, how amazing it is. Foraging for nectar and pollen from these beautiful flowers that open their petals to you, and being greeted by a community when you get home that helps remove the pollen off you. And if you ask for a massage, they'll massage you. And this is actually a bee's life. I'm describing a bee's life. They will actually do a little dance to ask for a massage, and their sisters come and massage them. And they dance. Remember, I mentioned dancing. They dance. So I see you dancing and just so happy, like just throughout your day, not waiting for the right moment to express your joy, but just weaving it into everything. And this is sovereignty without isolation. You stand tall in your garden, but the gate is open for kindred souls to visit, to share, to rest with you. And you have this spiritual abundance. Wealth is not just money, but it's time, it's presence, it's pleasure, and connection to earth and spirit. This Nine of Coins is the honeycomb you've been building, cell by cell. And now the bees of joy return to fill it. You're aligning with your soul's rhythms, seasonal wisdom. You're no longer pushing against your own tide, but following your own tide. And you're realizing that that does not disrupt the external tide. You're stepping into spaces with unguarded curiosity and inviting others to join that flow, that dance. And you're creating a reality where sweetness is not something that you chase, it's something you cultivate, and others feel it as well. Wow, reading number 2. I am so happy for you. What a beautiful reading. Please let me know if this resonates. I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, reading number 3. You chose the Serpentine, which is really known for stimulating Kundalini energy, that coiled serpent at the base of the spine. It encourages the clearing, uncoiling of blocked energy. It's like it opens it up, just like a snake uncoils, and it awakens latent potential, both creative and spiritual. It supports safe, gradual rise of the Kundalini when paired with grounding. This stone doesn't just raise energy, it teaches you to be the energy, to ride the current of your body's own divine electricity, and it connects you to Earth's primal wisdom. Earth's primordial healing codes are held within this serpentine. It deepens your connection to Gaia and ley lines. It's all about energy. It opens communication with nature spirits, trees, serpentine ancestors. It aids in grounding cosmic insights into material reality. It's like holding a piece of Earth's original intention for healing and harmony before distortion entered the grid. And it helps with ancestral clearing. It works at the root, at the cellular level, where trauma, fear, inherited patterns hide. And it clears this energetic debris from past lives, ancestral lines, dissolves energetic attachments. It encourages forgiveness, and rewriting of inherited wounds. It's a type of alchemy. It's especially potent in releasing that flight, fight, or freeze. Think reptilian brain pattern, right? Flight, fight, or freeze. And to invite the ease and presence. And it creates the protective energetic field around the aura, shielding against manipulation, helps reclaim autonomy and set energetic boundaries. It's useful in cord cutting and releasing these dynamics that can be draining. And it enhances your ability to journey between worlds. It's awakening the inner priestess, shaman, medicine being in you. Strengthening any kind of divination practices or rituals. Encouraging the weaving of magic into everyday life. Very similar message in reading number 2. We'll see if the rest of the cards unfold in that way. But I do see with this card, potion, magic, I see you living like a magical being. And it says empowerment. It's like if you are feeling disempowered now, reclaiming your power through this ritual. Living your life with ritual, making each part of your day this sacred act to give you power, like brushing your teeth and saying, I always know the right words to say, kind of like a mantra as you do it, or an affirmation. Just maybe even make your own toothpaste, and you put these ingredients, maybe the essential oils or the ingredients that you put in there, you have some energetic, magical understanding of what that's going to create for your voice. Something like that. If you make your own toothpaste, let me know. All right. Let's see what else we can find out about this magic and mystery that's unfolding in life, this Kundalini energy, this spiritual awakening. All right, we have the Hanged Man. A different perspective. The High Priestess, of course. I mean, that is exactly the energy that this is talking about. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, it's that medicine being, that magical being, that intuitive being. The Serpentine is definitely that High Priestess energy, that shaman, divine power, healing, transforming, but also very much connected to Gaia and the earth. And the Hermit. Yeah, very empowering. This is something you do. I even see a little bit of reading number 1 in this. So just if you were drawn to those, I mention it, but yeah, I see this kind of a thread. Wow, all major arcana cards. And H, does your name begin with an H? I know not everybody here, their name begins with an H, but they're definitely showing me that H. Helen, Harry, Henry, Harriet, Henrietta. If your name starts with an H, please let me know in the comments. All right, the Hanged Man is your life force is not erupting like a fire. It's awakening through surrender, inversion, softening. The Kundalini is rising as you release outdated control mechanisms. You hang in the in between, allowing discomfort to be an altar. You let go of the need to know in order to be. So that reassurance, you're letting go of that. You're suspending that. Like a snake shedding your skin mid-hang from a sacred branch, you are surrendering to the truth that true power rises from stillness, not force. So your awakening isn't an effort, it's a yielding, a soft uncurling, a yes whispered to divine intelligence within your bones. If you hear sounds in the background, that is the dogs. And the High Priestess is how you're embodying this sacred power through silence, intuition, and knowing without explanation. So your empowerment here is trusting the unseen currents that speak only to you, honoring your sensitivity as a gift, allowing mystery to be part of your voice, your art, your healing presence. So you're not explaining yourself to others. You're not justifying yourself. You're just doing things. You know things. They probably wouldn't understand anyways, so no need to explain. You're not broadcasting your power, but you are radiating it quietly, like the moon at its peak. The more you trust the divine timing of your own process, the more others will feel your sacred resonance. You're not here to prove anything, you are here to remember. And in that remembering, you become a living oracle. The Hermit, the light you're cultivating will become a guiding flame for others. So your magic will be wisdom born of embodied experience, not theory. Healing through presence, reflection, and quiet truth, creating sacred containers, circles, sessions, stories, courses, where others can return to their own knowing. I see somebody making oracle cards. So it's like whatever it is that you're creating, whether it's a space, a physical space, or some tangible object, or like a class or a course, maybe some online content, something that people can return to. They can return to that oracle deck or that song or that classroom. And maybe it's the classroom is, a video on the internet that allows them to return to their own knowing. And even more, all of this is leading you to this sweet solitude that's not loneliness. It's enjoying yourself and your magical life, a life that is deeply yours. Magic that's not showy, but reverent. You will live like the forest, powerful, ancient, full of song, even when no one's watching. Because that is who you are. You're not doing it for anybody else's benefit. That's just who you are. Your magic is elder magic, woven into everything that you do, but in stillness, not in spotlight, but in your own light, your soul light. So through surrender and sacred pause, your body becomes a chalice. Look at her dress, how it's like open to receive. And through trusting your intuition and your inner knowing, it's like, I don't know if this makes sense, but it's like silent thunder. And through inner mastery, you become the hearth fire where others warm their soul. And I see again you doing this with whatever it is that you create. And just your presence creates these spaces wherever you go. Reading number 3, please let me know if this resonates. What a beautiful, empowering, magical reading. I just see you so empowered, and I see you doing it through this magical life that you're either already beginning to live or that you will soon. I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye.